All right, so we're day 64, Operation Epic Fury. Apparently, yesterday, the president, you know, got a new peace deal from Iran, and he's not happy. And I don't believe a lot of other people are happy with this peace deal. They sent it through Pakistan. We've got to question the actual position that Pakistan's taken on this. I believe what they're trying to do is just, butter their own bread for this. But we'll talk a little bit about that and those pipelines that Pakistan has with Iran. The president of the United States looked at it. He said 3 words: "I'm not satisfied, folks. This war is not ending. It's probably getting tighter." The president sent a letter back to Congress saying, hey, back April the 7th, we went into a ceasefire. So the War Powers Act, those 60 days, that's off the table. And now we're going to maintain exactly what we're doing when we want to do it. The members of Congress, the liberal Democrats, the Rhino Republicans are freaking out because of that, because he took the right way. And here's what they're not telling you, okay? Iran is losing $500 million every single day, $500 million per day. They are running out of places to store their oil. The blockade, the president says, is going to stay in place for an extended period of time. The longer we keep the blockade in place, the longer it hurts China, the longer it hurts Iran, longer it hurts some of these proxies that they can't keep paying to do their dirty work. But I want to say it's Sunday, tomorrow, their storage is out. That's the estimates. If they don't stop, the wells are going to collapse. Are we surprised? I'm not. I have no level of accountability or actually trustability in the Iranian regime. This is the same regime that funded 47 years of terror. Now they're choking on their own oil. This is the beautiful part of it. They have fallen into their own oil reserve and their country is drowning in it. Their military is broken. Their proxies are broke. Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis. Haven't seen the Houthis launching any missiles lately, have you? The checks have stopped. And now Tehran is begging Pakistan to carry a message to Washington. That's where I've really got to second guess a lot of this with Pakistan. What are they getting out of being this mediator? But the president read it, looked at the camera, said the Iranian leaders are very confused. He said they are fighting with each other. And the translation is, we have them by the throat. This clip comes in this morning. The president addressed this, or the story is addressed right here. We'll play this, and then we'll get back to some discussion today.
They executed another young protester.
Meanwhile, President Trump confirms talks to officially end the war have been ongoing by phone, and he's standing firm on his red line.
Madeline Rivera joining us now from Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Madeline.
Hey, Maddie.
Good morning. The human rights activist news agency says death sentences against political prisoners in Iran have intensified since the conflict began on February 28th. And among those who have been put to death, a 21-year-old athlete from Isfahan. The agency says Razin Junakani was executed on Thursday after he was arrested during the protests back in January. The alleged execution comes as the U.S. and Iran struggle to reach a deal. Iran's state news agency says a proposal to end the war was sent to Pakistani negotiators earlier this week, but President Trump calls Iranian negotiators disjointed, indicating there are several factions within the regime that want different things.
Iran wants to make a deal because they have no military left, essentially, and they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it. We have great respect for Pakistan and Islamabad. They're working with us. They continue to work with us, but...
Real quick here, I want to hear from you. I want to see your response to this story. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think Iran is ready to fold. Drop a 2 if you think they're just stalling for time. Tell me what you're seeing, because I might not be seeing the same thing that you are here.
The trip is a very long one, and we're doing everything in terms of negotiating right now, in terms of the negotiation telephonically.
Per a Fox News poll last month, about 55% of voters oppose military action in Iran. The president, though, received cheers at the Villages in Florida Friday when he told the crowd Iran can't get its hand on a nuclear weapon.
You know, we're in a war because I think you would agree we cannot let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. Do you agree?
I mean, think about this. Who was the previous president? Would you classify him as a lunatic with a nuclear weapon? I don't think under the previous administration that Joe Biden could probably spell nuclear weapon. So think about that. The people that we're dealing with are worse. Well, could be worse than the previous guy.
The president also addressed the cost of gas during his remarks, obviously a huge talking point. The president maintains those high prices will come down when the fighting in the Middle East stops. Charlie.
I believe that's a fact. I think you see the gas prices come down as soon as we take our foot off of their neck. And I mean, there's no way around this for Iran at this point. The Iranian government is collapsing. And more people are starting to realize this. The military problem has been solved. It's now a political problem. How this war ends is in the hands of the United States. Just let that sink in. Because the most respected military historian in America just told you the war is already won. I read this article by Victor Davis Hanson, and it's a phenomenal article talking about exactly how far gone Iran is. The war's already won. The only question left is how loud Iran's surrender is going to be. Because this whole nation, this whole like heritage and the way that they operate over there is, you know, it's all about this honor code. And I don't believe that the Iranian government is going to cave anytime soon publicly. Now, privately, you don't know what's on those peace agreements that are being sent, but you also don't know what Pakistan is doing for that. But I want you to think about who's been telling you the opposite. Iran is winning. For 64 days, the lying legacy media has used 4 words every day. The war is lost. The war is lost. The war is lost. You can sing it with me, right? Same broken record. Day 1, we lost the war. Day 30, lost the war. Day 60, the war is lost. But meanwhile, Iran's money just hit an all-time low. The Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, said Thursday that their rial is struggling against the dollar. Ships in the Strait of Hormuz are down 90%. I've got this story here from the British Royal Navy. They're actually getting involved now. Reduce traffic to a trickle. Think about that. If Iran was winning, there would be a hell of a lot of shipping traffic going through there, right? But meanwhile, Iran is sending peace deals through Pakistan because they can't even pick up the phone themselves. I don't believe they have one person that would actually do the negotiating. Could you imagine if Iran sent one person into a room to sit down across the table with President Trump? But the media wants you to believe Trump is losing. I can't connect the dots on how America is losing this. And maybe somebody in the chat can tell me. In the chat, 1 for Iran is winning, 2 for the U.S. is winning. I really am genuinely fascinated by the different questions that I post. I put a poll in the chat the other day. Is the earth flat? 8% of people out of about 5,000 votes said the earth is flat. That tells me, I mean, let's say 8% out of 5,000. That's going to be about 900 people. Right? Or no, that'd be about 400 people. 400 people think the earth is flat out of 5,000. I think if you believe the earth is flat, you should not be allowed to vote. I don't believe you should be allowed to drive a vehicle. I don't believe you should be allowed to own a gun. I think you should probably have your head examined. And I think the same people that believe that should have their head examined whenever they say Iran is winning. I can't connect the dots here. It's like the cactuses on my shirt just became real, right? It's just insane to think that the earth's flat and Iran's winning. Right, got it. Okay. We're all over it. But man, is it interesting to see this. The different prerogatives, they're different perspectives that people have from, I mean, I think it's just controlled by the media. And there's a lot of people that fall into this entire trap of just believing any damn thing that they latch onto. For all the Candace tards, the U.S. is withdrawing 5,000 troops from Germany. I'm so happy to see this. I think this is a major shakeup. This sends a message to every European country that was a member of NATO that decided not to help us. What are your thoughts on this? I hope they pull them all out of there. I don't think we need any troops in Germany at this point. Pulling 5,000 out, it's about 7% of the amount of troops that are actually there. You want to talk about shaking up the economy? Because that's 5,000 military members, families. Somebody says, pull all 35,000. Bring them home. I'm going to agree with you. In the chat, if you think we should bring all troops home, press 1. If you think keep them there, 2. 1 or 2. It's simple. I just want to know. I'm no genius here. I need some help figuring out my perspectives. I am a flower that just bends toward wherever the sunlight is flying, right? Y'all know that's wrong. We've got more stuff coming in this morning. It looks like Iran, Hezbollah has started launching attacks on Israel. This is not good. This is not good at all, because now this is, oh gosh. Leave it to these proxies.
Deal to end the war. Heidi Jo Castro, Amelia County, Virginia.
Well, South Korea is stepping up its shift to renewable energy.
Let me find this story where they're talking about the Hezbollah launching more attacks.
Renewable energy driven under a solar.
Where is this? Okay, we'll find that in a second. They've got information coming out now that basically Hezbollah has started attacking the Israelis again, which is never, this is not the way to slow down a war effort in the Middle East. Iran's military says it's likely the U.S.-Israel war on the country will resume, fully prepared for any new. I don't believe I don't believe that Hezbollah is prepared for this. I'm not sure what you think about this. I think Israel has a right to defend themselves. They're probably our only ally in that area. Sadly, not a lot of people see it that way. You know, here's one for you. This will make everyone happy. We've got France pulling out of NATO, leaving the naval mission in the Mediterranean. We now know who actually supports us. France is off the table. Why would they do this? I hope it hurts them. I hope it wrecks their economy. And I hope we start selling oil to them. Because France depends on, well, you know exactly who they depend on. So if we pull troops out of Germany, France says they're not going to help us. How many of these countries that we thought were allies are not actual allies? You see here, France is shaking like a French soldier. Yeah. Germany, their prime minister came and said that America was weak. I say we don't do anything to help them either. We get away from them. Why would we stay in any sort of alliance with them? I don't know about this. You've got the United Arab Emirates. They have left OPEC. Iran is now telling Saudi Arabia it's planning to crush the UAE. Probably not a good idea. Probably a bad move by Iran. But hey, it looks like that they just make a hell of a lot of bad moves, followed by another bad move, followed by another bad move. Well, that's exactly what they're doing right now. More bad moves. Here's one for all of we'll drop a little bit of religious stuff in here. Pope Leo the 14th has named Salvadoran immigrant to be West Virginia's lone Catholic bishop. He's actually an illegal alien that shouldn't be in the United States. He came here in 1990, smuggled in the trunk of a car from Tijuana. That's your next Catholic bishop of West Virginia. All righty then. So we've got an illegal alien as that's a good one. I didn't have that on my bingo card there, Pope Leo. I'm sure all the Catholics in the chat are probably going to be upset, but hey, that's what we do here. We upset people. We get some uncomfortable truths. Iran's rial slides to the record low. Iran's rial, 1.83 million per dollar. Wow. So our economy's thriving. Theirs is sucking. That whole, are you tired of winning yet? Is the one that's kind of getting me right now. Let's go here. This is a decent article. This is from the Epoch Times. Trump says the naval blockade causes Iran's economy to collapse. I believe that as well. How long should the blockade stay in place? I put a poll in the chat. 82% of you say until Iran begs. Till they beg. I love it. But I am a firm believer. I believe that the blockade is working. I have no reason not to think that it's working. That's the one. If you want to tell me it's not working, give me some evidence. But I don't think that a lot of people can. Let's go here.
So they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it. So we'll see what happens. Iran wants to make a deal because they have no military left, essentially, and they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it.
Are you willing to send anybody to Islamabad?
We have great respect for Pakistan and Islamabad and tremendous respect for the Prime Minister and the Field Marshal. And they're working with us. They continue to work with us. But the trip is a very long one, and we're doing everything in terms of negotiating right now, in terms of the negotiation telephonically. They've made strides, but I'm not sure if they ever get there. There's tremendous discord. They're having a tremendous problem getting along with each other in Iran. The leadership is very disjointed. It's got 2 to 3 groups, maybe 4, and it's a very disjointed leadership. And with that being said, they all want to make a deal, but they're all messed up.
What do you think there? I mean, that's as a candid of a conversation that the president has given. The former president, Joe Biden, would not talk to the media so candidly. And Bruce says, get all the Trump troops out of Europe. God bless America. Mike, thank you very much. And it's all about Orange Man bad. I'm going to have to agree with you. That's about all they have left is Orange Man bad. BR549. Thank you. Thank you for Veronica becoming a new member. But I don't know what else that they have. Because what's happening here is bigger than just Iran. I want you to think about China. China was supposed to be the big threat. And year after year of videos, of China threatening Taiwan, threatening Japan, lecturing the world, they're sitting back watching this. They're watching this air war, these strikes. They're watching American drones. They're watching American missiles. They can't see our submarines. They can't see our drones, underwater drones. I made a video talking about that yesterday. It's phenomenal. And now China is at the beholden of this whole negotiation. But they've suddenly went quiet, real damn quiet. Russia is now saying that, anything further with Iran would be a problem. I don't know if we need to worry about that or not. They are a world superpower. They've got a lot of problems brewing in Ukraine. The same people that are preaching about the money that we're spending in the Iranian conflict are not saying a damn word about the 250, 300 billion that we know of that was spent in Ukraine. Think about that. It's really disgusting. The double-edged sword that the president has to negotiate with. Don't get me started on Europe because that's, they've blocked our jets from flying over their country, Spain, Italy, France. They told us we couldn't use NATO bases that we paid to build. We paid to build them. A couple of years ago, the guy called Trump daddy at NATO. You remember that? Then the moment we need them, they run. And finally, OPEC, the big oil cartel, which is exactly what it is, the United Arab Emirates is leaving that cartel. I think UAE understands what's happening because the Strait of Hormuz is becoming less important the longer this goes. Iran's last piece of leverage is becoming not theirs. I'll ask you this. Who looks worse right now? Is it China, Russia, Europe? Give me your comments in the chat. I'd love to know. Well, I believe we know who we don't trust anymore. I believe the president has done a great job of showing us who exactly we can't trust. And I don't believe we can trust any of these European partners. America did drop NATO. We're still in NATO. I think it takes some congressional approval to get out of NATO. But I'm all for leaving NATO. How many of you? Let's put a poll in the chat here. I want to see this. Let's do how about this? Should the USA leave NATO? And if you think we should stay in NATO, tell me why. Why should we stay in NATO? What are we getting out of NATO? I can't figure out why we stay. They're not doing anything for us personally. I can't think of one thing in my daily life that I'm like, man, I'm so glad we're in NATO. Crap. I had such a beautiful day today. It wouldn't have happened unless we were, still in NATO. I can't. I just can't figure that part out. You know, maybe somebody in the chat is smarter than I am. But somebody said I got a NATO ribbon. How much is that worth? How much is a NATO ribbon worth right now? Probably not a hell of a lot. I'm going to go with NATO ribbon worth less than a, I think bears pooping in the woods create more value than a NATO ribbon. And we'll take some calls this morning. You guys give me a reason for us to stay in NATO. That's what I would like to figure out. Got a lot of people chiming in on the Cash App this morning. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Who do we got? Somebody just dropped a donation there. We have Jeremy, $10 super chat on the Cash App. Jeremy, let me kick you off with the first.
Amen.
Boom shakalaka.
Hallelujah. And
boom shakalaka. Thank you very much, Jeremy. You're the man. I don't care what anybody says about you. But NATO, the UN, why are we really in any of these organizations? I can't really understand why we stay in any of these, or more importantly, why we would want to stay in any of these organizations, right? Like, what are they actually doing for us? That's the one that gets me. Let's go here. We'll see if we can grab some questions, comments, and concerns from the people in the chat. I know a lot of people like the phone calls. Some of you don't. I don't really care. I like talking to the audience. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Turn the audio down. I'll immediately hang up on you if you don't. Line 1, go.
Good morning, everybody. The only thing NATO is doing for us is giving us a massive debt each year. What was it like $1.5 to $4 trillion annually?
We're supposed to contribute 2.5% of our gross domestic product to,
way too much.
Those organizations.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of
money,
other countries that aren't doing that.
Yeah, and whatever money that they use, whatever, it never goes to defense. It goes to progress their socialistic, globalist crap ideas that just nothing but run us down and run them down.
Well, thanks for calling, Troll. Appreciate you. Get back under the bridge. Let's go. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know where you're calling from. And give me an idea of what you think about this. What is your position on NATO? Should we be there? Should we not? Should we just get the hell stay out? Let's go here. Line 2, go.
Hi, Mr. Ben. This is Sherry from Omaha. I have a question for you.
Sure.
In all of this whole debacle, nobody's mentioning a word about Syria. What is Syria doing, and how are they involved, and who would they side with?
Syria got a new leader. Syria got a new leader, which is less.
He's a gem.
Well, he's
a gem.
better. Why do you say he's a gem? Because why do you say that?
His previous, he's killed thousands. He's a murderer. He's horrible. He's a tyrant.
Sounds
I know
like
he supposedly has turned a new, yeah, it does, doesn't it? I know he's turned a new leaf supposedly, but I couldn't believe that was the only mistake I've ever seen Trump make, is have that man at the White House. But anyway.
Wait. So he had him at the White House.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Were you upset whenever, I don't know, the Democrats had people like Zelensky?
Whenever what? Hello?
Yeah, I think disconnected there. Keep our money, we'll defend from not afar. Okay. I could see that. I mean, Syria, is that our really concern right now? I don't know. I don't think anything in Syria really affects my daily life either. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got going. What else we got brewing. Let's go. What is this? Okay. No, we're not going to talk about that. U.S. official says Iran war truce terminated hostilities for the war powers deadline. I'd like to talk about that for a second. Do you think that Trump is right for sending this letter to Congress and, saying, we stopped bombing, the ceasefire, I think it was like a little over 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago. Do you think that resets the clock? Do you think it gives the president more capabilities? Do you think that gives him another option? I don't know. I think the War Powers Act, that 60 days, nobody ever talked about it under Obama. No one gave a damn when Obama on his 3rd day in office was drone striking people. Nobody cared about that. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, this is Danny in Alabama. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, sir. Roll Tide.
Hey, roll Tide. Got a quick question. We've got all this oil sitting in straits on boats. Trump made an announcement about this yesterday. You got all this oil sitting in the straits full of oil. What happens when those ships are allowed to roll? Oil prices are going to go through the floor. We might see 25-cent gas.
But that's not the subject that they want you talking about, because that would be positive. Nobody wants you to talk about the positive. They just want you scared and complaining about your gas prices. You know that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way it is.
Ben, I have to argue with you. Here.
Sure.
I only watch one news channel, and that's yours.
Well, I appreciate
one news channel, and that's you. And we're gonna rock and roll, baby.
I think this could be very well timed. My big thing is we're hurting China without lifting a finger towards China by this. That's what I love about it. That's what I love.
Seems like somebody's got the art of the deal.
That's a great book. You take care. I appreciate you calling, Danny. God bless you. Roll Tide down there in Alabama. I put my Cash App signal, or whatever you call that, QR code up there. If you want to donate to the Cash App, feel free. But that is a great question. There's a lot of tankers in there in the Gulf that are that are full of oil, full of natural gas, that aren't going anywhere. And when they start moving, gas prices are going to tumble. Let's grab some of these here. We got to get the troops out of Europe. Lines are open. Feel free. Ben Colder, new member. Thank you, Ben.
How dare you?
How dare you become a new member? God bless you. America paid for the UK twice with blood from World War I and World War XI. Okay. Thank you, BR549. Let's see here. Obviously, NATO is just another fraud. It's about as Minnesotan. It's the Leering Center on the world stage. Ben, best podcast on the planet. Army D52. I don't know what that means. Let's go line 3. What do you got?
Mr. Dykes.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your service and respect you to the full amount. I'd love to share y'all's optimism, but what if the opposite happened? What if somebody actually sank the tankers and then started hitting other whales in the Middle East? How do you think we'll be able to make it then, sir?
Let me ask you this. Let's say Iran sank a tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. What would happen to the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, I'm just hoping they don't sink more than one. And the worst part, sir, is if they would have happened to strike those oil wells, and in Saudi Arabia or UAE. I mean,
I
that'd be
think
the end
what
of
we would
everything.
see, my opinion, the reason Iran doesn't sink a tanker in the strait is because it would close the strait, and that's their only lifeline. They would be cutting off their nose to spite their face. I don't even know if they are that stupid. I don't even think Ilhan Omar is that stupid. I mean, that's their only money supply. Why would they cut that off?
I sure hope you're right. I love your show, man.
Let me ask you this.
Keep up good work.
Let me ask, what do you think should be the next logical step from the president or from the administration? What if you were Monday morning quarterbacking, what would you do next?
Man, that's a really good question. It's everything involved with the Middle East is just such a, man, it's just, when you go in there, it's so hard to get out, I mean, it just.
What do you mean?
Because anytime there's just really no good way out. I mean, you can't really pull out because of without getting the nuclear stuff turned over. And it just, I just hope and pray that we can get out here.
Are you thinking this is going to turn into some 20-year long conflict? Is that what you're thinking?
No, because I don't think it would be that long. But I'm just so scared that Iran's going to hit them other oil wells in those other countries, and that's really. I mean, it's going to let the Democrats take over, and we're screwed after that. That's just what I'm worried about the most.
Iran is slowly getting rid of every ally that they have. And the longer that this goes on, the more allies they get rid of. Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. God bless you. Great call. Thomas became a member. God bless you, Thomas. Really appreciate that. My channel, I love whenever I got new members on the channel because you get into a private Discord server and it's just a good community of folks. But the lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. You've got an opinion. Maybe you've got some bright idea that would fix everything. Maybe you've got a perspective that nobody else has heard, right? It seems like right now, Iran could use some good advice. Maybe you've got that piece of information that they don't have. And hopefully one of them's listening. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got? Line 4 hung up. Call back. U.S. is a slave of ice steel. Maximum Decimus. I don't believe so. I love that that's the last straw that people have, is that Trump works for Netanyahu. Trump works for Israel. Trump does this for whoever. The guy's uncontrollable. He's unbuyable. Anybody that thinks that, feel free to answer that one. And for anybody that thinks that that the world is flat, feel free to call in and tell me how Japan came from the other side of the world towards Pearl Harbor. How did they do that? Let me know where the edge is. Where are all the ships disappearing from? Dog Pack, Semper Fi. Keep up the great work. God bless you. Appreciate you, Dog Pack. Let me give you a boom shakalaka.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's grab all here. Line 5. What do you got?
Good morning. I thank you for your time and for telling us the truth. I greatly appreciate that. I spent time thinking about when the president was out for 4 years, he would have had to have talked to his family and said, look, if we do this, you know that none of us can have a normal life. We can't go out anywhere. This isn't glamour shots. Our lives are going to be on the line, and they would have had to have agreed to it. And as for him doing weird stuff with kids, his name is on top of buildings. How much work, like hours, does that take to do? Where do you have time to do that kind of stuff?
Here's my quick and easy response. It took about 4 days to get rid of Eric Swalwell from the Democrat Party, right? If they would have had any dirt on Trump, they would have gotten rid of him in less time, in a much quicker time. but they have nothing.
Yes,
They've
sir.
had nothing. This guy has been the most investigated human being on the planet. They've also tried to dig up, you know, Russia Gate, the Russia hoax, all this other crap. They found nothing. People need to get over themselves. That's what sucks. God bless you. Thank you for the call. They got rid of Swalwell in 4 days. Line 6, go.
Hi. Are you there?
Yep, go right ahead.
My question is, Pakistan, are they offering Iran pipelines? Is there a pipeline running from Iran to Pakistan?
There is.
So are they pumping the oil so they don't have to keep the wells? Are they pumping the oil to Pakistan then?
What do you believe?
It's possible, but I don't know how much Pakistan could hold. And what do we do if Pakistan is helping them with that?
It would be really logical for them to negotiate on their own, you know, making a deal for themselves, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Well, thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. Great question. Great question. Pakistan is not going to do anything that doesn't benefit somebody says the pipeline was never finished. The Pakistan pipeline was never finished. Let's see this. Pakistan, Iran pipeline. Let's see if that was ever finished. Let's see here. Pakistan pipeline, also known as the Peace Pipeline, which is ironic. Let's go. Line 4, go.
Hey, Ben, this is Cindy from Georgia.
Good morning.
I'm kind of off topic, but I just want everybody that prays and that knows Jesus to remember our children. Yesterday, they were children taken out of school to celebrate May Day, which is kind of like King's Day. And I know there's parents that allow this, but I know there's parents that are God-fearing parents, and they seem to have no control over the school system. You know, obviously we know they don't teach anything that's biblical, but, you know, we just need to remember our children and our young adults because they're struggling right now. You know,
why are they struggling?
Well, you know, do you remember being a middle school kid, how hard it was to fit in?
Sure.
And, you know, the majority of these kids are doing they were doing the May Day thing. And I would just wonder how many of them really didn't want to be there, but they're afraid of their peers, you know.
You think the kids are afraid of the peers?
I think they're afraid of their peers, as in the children that are their age, in their class, whatnot. And, you know, you just want to fit in when you're that age. Well, any age, really.
I'm gonna take an opposite. I'm gonna take a different perspective on this.
Okay.
I'm not blaming the kids. I don't feel sorry for the kids. I think the parents are stupid. I think the parents are literally retarded.
Retards.
And I believe I believe that the parents are to blame. I don't feel sorry for the kids. I do not. I feel sorry for the parents being that stupid, and you reap what you sow. That's what I say.
Well,
God bless you, and
true.
thank you for calling. Line 4, go. Go, 4.
Gabe from northern New Hampshire. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. What would you like to say?
Well, I'd like to say that during President Trump's first term, when he was getting into his trade agreement with China and imposing tariffs, that Mr. Jinping said that he'd win the trade war and not fire a shot. And that's when COVID came out. And he pretty much shut the world down with just the COVID. And I think now that Mr. Trump has control, Trump card on China's oil and their whole industrial complex if they don't get their supply of oil to keep their industrial complex going.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think China is at the behest, or they're beholden to Iran. And that's exactly what some of these other countries are. And they're betting on the wrong horse right now. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Great call. Somebody said the pipeline wasn't finished. Okay. I'm looking here at an article with shipping disrupted by the U.S.-Iran tensions. Islamabad activates the overland corridor to move stranded cargo. This is interesting. Let's go right here real quick. And I want to get your take on some of this. If this is the case, let's go right here. Iran. Let's go right here. Pakistan opens a trade route into Iran amid the Hormuz blockade. Pakistan opens 6 overland transit routes. This article came out 2 days ago. Over 6 overland transit routes for goods destined for Iran, formalizing a road corridor through its territory. Because of the ships and the containers stranded at the Karachi port because of the United States blockade. The Ministry of Commerce issued the transit of goods through territory of Pakistan Order 2026, April 25th. So, here's the map. I love the map. So you see Iran here and these various routes, roads, whatever you want to call them. You could see how Pakistan would benefit. So you know that they're going to do some. I mean, we move oil by land, by containers and trucks here in the United States. Why wouldn't they be moving oil there? Does it make sense now why Pakistan is pushing for this deal so quickly? Look at that. Would you look at that? I'm going to give a good old how dare you right there for the Bruce Campbell for the super chat. God bless you. What do you think about that? That changes a lot with the messaging coming out of Pakistan. It seems like they're only in it for themselves, which why shouldn't they be? Right? Railroads are easily sabotaged? Sure. Go for it. Maybe we do that. Do you think that we get back to a bombing campaign here soon? Should the United States leave NATO? 95% said yes. Let's go right here, line 1. We're back at the top of the board. Go.
All right.
Go right ahead. The heavy breathing doesn't turn me on.
Hey, that Persian plateau has actually been used historically to transport stuff during World War II, Lend-Lease materials up all the way to, I believe, to the Soviet Union.
Okay. What's your point there?
My main comment, I want to talk about NATO, and I'd like to refer people to the Washington's Farewell Address. In that address, he makes 2 great points. He makes the point that, we need to be free of political parties because eventually political parties create loyalty to the party and not to the state. And he also talks about how we need to avoid alliances in Europe because of the fact that their alliances shift over time. And if we became bogged down in European conflicts, obviously, historically, we've seen the issues there.
Okay. So I understand where you're going with this, but how do we get there? How do we get to your point? How do we get to that point?
Well, we make individual alliances with countries instead of getting into alliances with overall alliances like we have in NATO, where it's multiple countries instead of just singular alliances that, that prop up both countries' interests.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great point. Washington's farewell address, it's relevant, but we probably got people in Congress that don't even know who Betsy Ross is. Think about that. Should we start the bombing campaigns again? I believe we're going to see that in the next couple of nights. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Somebody says it's moronic to think two parties are going away. Nothing says hypocrite more than No King's Democrats giving Charles a standing ovation. Yeah, I World War XI, here we come. You're right about that. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Love to talk to you. Love to get your opinion, questions, comments, concerns about what's happening. Pakistan is probably running a bit of a grift in the background behind our back. Why wouldn't they be? I would lose respect for an actual country not looking out for themselves. If we were in that situation, I would want us to be smuggling some oil out of ourselves. Why not, right? I would want the exact same thing. I would want my leader to be looking out more for me than another country. And there's a lot of people that don't believe that or don't think like that, but that's just my opinion. Apparently, Alex Jones shut down InfoWars. I don't think you want my opinion on that, but hey, happy to give it to you. I think should have been shut down a while back. Line 3, go.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Line 3.
Yeah, I just think the comment that he just made was perfect because I heard President Trump last night when the press asked him about Pakistan doing their funny business, and he said, we're aware of it. You know, we do the same thing. We send stuff to Ukraine. So he's aware of what Pakistan is doing.
I would be surprised if the other country that's doing the mediating wasn't on the take for something. They're not going to do this just out of their own kindness, you know.
And President Trump was trying to say that to the public, like we do the same thing at times, you know, like we understand they're bordering, you know, they're doing their thing, but we're watching it, you know. He knows about it.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd let public that's listening to a great guy this morning explain things to him that President Trump's on that stuff. He's playing chess well above everybody's head.
Well, thank you for calling. God bless you. Great call. Why wouldn't we be doing the same thing? Right? I mean, why not? 19 kilo, yeah, save a little something in case. I don't know what that means, but okay. I mean, why not? Let's go. I think I've got one here. I think this was an actual great clip by the CENTCOM Commander. I want to play this and see what he says here. Here we go. This was Admiral Cooper.
Commander, Admiral Brad Cooper has now presented President Trump. He's done a full briefing for the White House. And we have a number of options on the table now. Of course, we don't know the details, but according to Central Command, we have what we call a final blow strategy.
Final blow strategy sounds like something Kamala would have came up with. I think that's her, would have probably been her finishing move if she was a wrestler. That's my theory. I think that's hilarious that Tusi used that clip. The final blow. Yeah, that's the Kamala Harris finishing maneuver. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking this morning. Is it time to lock this down even more? Is it time to resume the bombing campaign? Is it time to actually go to the table with Iran? I am at the point right now where we keep the blockade in place as long as possible. As long as possible. What do you got? Line 3.
Good morning, brother. Hey, you know what? Trump's done an amazing job playing poker with them. He's done like 8 bluffs in a row, called them. went all in, but at some point, I think he needs to reveal the royal flush and shut these boys down. I mean, I'm at the point where I think enough's enough. Do what needs to be done, period, and be done with this. Get it turned around for the midterms, and things are rolling our way right now. Trump's done an amazing job. I love our president. I think he's, but at some point we got to stop bluffing and we got to start making them aware of what their consequences are going to be.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Line 2, go.
Hey, I just wanted to say that I think we should keep our boot on the neck of the Iranians with this blockade. That's going to work. I'm not even sure we need to go kinetic, but if we do, then sure, go for it. But just give Trump time to exact his plan.
I mean, the longer that we keep the blockade in place, they suffer and China suffers. And there's a lot of people in the chat saying the blockade's working. And I'm going to ask the questions for the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is the blockade working? I think that the blockade is at a point now where it's the right thing. And it's so like beautiful to watch. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Line 3, go. Dawn, New York, what do you got?
The dork from New York. Good morning, Ben. President Trump posted on Truth Social today that he's holding all the cards. And that is a clue to me that all the cards are being held on Iran right now. And I'm going to trust his process. And I think that he knows exactly what he's doing. I think they're screwed. They know they're screwed. They're not getting the money they once were. Other countries are on their backs right now, and I think we're holding all the cards. And he gave us the clue, so go President Trump. I totally trust the process, Ben, and have a great day.
Thank you for calling, Don. God bless you. Let's go here. Line 4, go.
Hi, Ben. This is Lori from Buffalo.
Good morning.
I agree with the previous caller. I think Trump's doing an amazing job. I think he knows what he's doing. I think you should keep the blockade in place. I think it's working. And I think that it's shameful that he has to go in front of Congress to approve any of this. And that'd be the day that I would let a ignorant, blue-haired lesbian yell at me and when she knows nothing about war.
You know, there's a lot of experts. There's a hell of a lot of experts that come out of the closet, aren't there? Everybody's a climate change expert. Everyone's an expert on tactics. Everyone's an expert on fill in the blank, right? Suddenly an expert. As soon as Trump makes a decision, they're an expert on the opposite opinion. God bless you. Thank you for calling. The post that Dawn was talking about is right here. And it says, Trump, I have all the cards. He's holding all the wild cards. That's a pretty good image right there. Got the Uno with all the wilds. The guy is the best troll ever. This is True Social. He is the best troll ever. He just posted low IQ Democrat Hakeem Jeffries, nothing but a thug. He's a danger to our country. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that. There's a picture of the First Lady, Melania. Great photo there. Oh, here we go. We're trolling him again. Trump and his cabinet in the pool beneath the Washington Monument, trolling again. You've got to love the troll capabilities of this, or at least I do. I love it. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking about here. Let's see. See if we've got any updates here. Trump is saying we've won the war with Iran and the war powers deadline arrives. That's the big story coming out of CBS. Let's see here. Rand Paul, and we'll get to his comments. Let's go here. Line 2, go. Yeah, go right ahead.
Hey, Ben, second time caller,
Thanks
long
for
time
calling.
listener. Definitely with the blockade, keep up the pressure, but the Trump administration needs to promote what we're doing better, because we're fighting the Democrats no matter what Trump does. If he's close to getting any kind of concessions out of Iran, the Democrats are going to try to screw it up some way, somehow, to try to make Trump look bad. So I wish the administration would promote how much Iran has caused problems in the last 47 years to wake people up, because the left is very good at social media, at putting down Trump any way, anyhow they can.
The news media works for Iran, works for
Yes.
China. Anything that the president is against, that's who the news media is working for. God bless you. Line 2, go.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. What should I have to say?
I want to talk about Nashville a little bit. Have you ever seen a city that's so divided as Nashville is? It's the blue dot in the red state, and it just drives me nuts how people I've known forever just have gone completely mad with the TDS. Do you agree with that?
You're surprised that Nashville, Tennessee has gone radical left.
I'm saddened. Let me say it that way. I'm saddened.
I mean, think about this. And this is just this is the cold hard facts. Any city that is built on celebrities, any city that is built on artists, any city that is built on, let's say, music, TV, Hollywood, is going to be a leftist paradise. There is no way around that, because all of these country music singers in Nashville are all, I would say 98.6% of them are radical leftist.
Yes,
I mean,
with
the
that,
guy, Chris Stapleton, I like Chris Stapleton's music, radical leftist. The guy that sang Rich Men North of Richmond, he's not a leftist, but he's a crazy libertarian. Something Anthony, I forget his name. All of these country music singers are all radical leftists. And if they say they're a libertarian, it's only because they don't have the balls to say they're a leftist. Period.
Yep, I agree.
So don't be surprised.
It's really sad to me how I was going to say it's really sad to me how Nashville has changed its culture over the last 50 or 60 years back. Nashville used to be a real printing mecca. It's called Athens of the South, education. But now I think you're right. It's because of the music business that Nashville's changed so terribly.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't even go downtown anymore.
No, it is all radical leftists. But here's the thing, and here's the game. They know that most of their audience is too dumb or too weak or too they don't want to be uncomfortable by ignoring them. They don't want that. Now, there's another method you can take. You can just go ahead and live with the fact they're artists, they're going to be leftists, but I still like their music. If you want to get outraged, the outrage is there for you to latch on to. But if you just want to say, you know what, I love their music, I'm going to ignore that they're stupid outside of their music, but when they're on stage, I support it. And that's where I have become. I'll tell you this. When my plumber comes over to fix the toilet, I'm not like, hey, dude, are you a Democrat or Republican? I'm like, just fix the toilet, right? And I'm going to pay you. And at the same time, I believe you have to take it sometimes at that. Now, we all have our different lines in the sand. But do you remember the uproar? Everybody was like, man, Oliver Anthony, he wrote a song for me. He wrote that song for me, man. That was my song. And then come to find out, you do a little bit of scratching. He's a radical libertarian. He is like anti-war, pro-socialism, wants everybody to have free shit. So, you know, whatever you think. It's
I think
how
that
much, how uncomfortable do you want to be? That's the way it is.
Well, listen, I appreciate your time. You're doing good work, and keep it up. Thanks a lot.
God
Have a good
bless you.
day.
Thank you for calling. God bless you. Thank you for calling. There you go. Nice philosophy. Clooney, just fix my damn toilet. You can get as upset as you want about your bands, musicians, whatever. You can do it. How unhappy do you want to make yourself every day? Do you just wake up and you're like, ugh, what am I going to be outraged about today, America? I mean, do you do that? If you do, you're probably going to have a miserable day. One of my favorite bands, I've seen them in concert 15 times. And I'll go see them another 15 times. I love going to Metallica concerts. I have been to so many Metallica concerts. I have traveled all over the world going to Metallica concerts. They're raging leftist. Raging leftist. I still like their music. I don't go to a Metallica concert and I'm like, man, I can't wait to hear James Hetfield tell me how much of an idiot I am. You know, you can do that if you want. Rich men is commie class warfare. There you go. Cool, Roy. Thank you for that. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Metallica was awesome in Russia. That's the one concert I wish I would have been to. There were 1 million people at that concert. Let's go right here. Line 3. Go.
Hey, Ben. Long time no here. David Lake Lanier.
Yeah, good
great
morning.
show as always. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Iran because the Trumpsters, he's going to do what he's going to do.
Sure. What would you like to
I've
talk
got
about?
complete faith. Yeah, I went yesterday to I've got 5 or maybe 6 guys that are running for governor, and I went to a meet and greet yesterday morning, and I got up and I asked him about property taxes. His platform is he's going to cut income taxes for the state in half, but he's going to free property tax. And I asked him, I said, look, property taxes are a ripoff. You never own your home. You should get rid of it, just like some of the other states are and so forth. And here's my thing. Everybody has, the Republican and Democrats. I think they should get rid of all the R&Ds, and everybody should go do their own research. You don't vote, you can't complain. You don't go out and find out what these people are like and so forth and put them, and I asked them nicely, and afterwards, I went up to him and said, look, sorry I had to put you on the spot, but people cheered in there. But all the other questions that people were asking, they were just softball questions. And,
Well, I'll tell you this. I've got a couple of friends that are lawyers, and they have told me numerous times, a lawyer never asks a question in court that they don't know the answer to. And the questions that were asked in whatever you were at, guarantee you they were staged and screened, period. I used to work in politics. They know how to do this. They know how to do it.
I was late when I went in, and there were a couple people still left in line. And I asked her, is that the line for the mic? And the lady next to me said, yes. So I just got up in the line. And I'll tell you another thing. They built this $200 million building that I thought was going to be like a healthcare facility right around the corner for me. And and then when they put up the sign, it was another building for the freaking municipality.
Well, let me grab this other one, man. I really appreciate your call.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. Hey, love.
Line 3, go.
Hey, how you doing, Ben? Love the show. Long time watcher, first time caller.
Sure,
really
right ahead.
appreciate what you do. And on the issue with the port of Hormuz, man, we just need to keep doing what we're doing. God bless America. God bless you.
Keep it closed. You think keep it closed? All right, there we go. Keep the blockade closed. Okay, I like it. Analog Kid, I knew you were a Rush fan by your name. You're my soul brother. I'm seeing Rush in August. I like Rush. The one thing at a Rush concert that is never busy the women's restroom. There are no women at Rush concerts. It is like a Pete Buttigieg rally. There are no women at Rush concerts. Been to a lot of them. It's funny. Just identify as a chick and use the women's room. That's what I would do if you want to actually use the restroom at a Rush concert. Where is this clip here I need to play? Where was that? I did have something pretty awesome lined up here. Or it's kind of an update, I guess. Little update clip this morning. Where was that? Here we go. Here we go. This is CNN. This is CNN this morning. I am going to refill my coffee while this clip plays. And it's everyone's favorite, Caitlin Collins. I know how you all love her. I'm refilling the coffee. And just listen to the stupidity here.
Have them go dark and still deliver that oil to China. I mean, there's a physical blockade. They literally cannot do that right now.
This is a physical blockade. They're not able to send their oil and the resources to China, and a vast majority of their oil exports were going via sea. To give you a sign of the desperate measures they're contemplating, the Wall Street Journal reported today that they're contemplating measures like suicide dolphins, dolphins equipped with mines to try to go after U.S. ships. So that's not a measure which projects real strength.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have to, how would that even work?
So this has been discussed in the past by the Iranian regime that,
they want to strap bombs to dolphins.
To dolphins with mines to go after U.S. ships. Now, that's a pretty crazy asymmetric tool, but this is some of the measures that are being reported right now.
I mean, do you think that they could actually try, if they actually tried that, what would that say about their desperation?
Well, this is something that they've thrown out in the past to show the various options they have at their disposal. But again, this is not a show of a country which is strong. You don't contemplate those kinds of measures.
So the dolphins thing here, it's pretty funny. The United States has been using mammals for operations like this for a long time. If you didn't know that, it's probably because you shouldn't have known that, but we have. We've been using mammals. We've been using sea lions. We've been using dolphins for a long time. Are they suicide dolphins? No, they have cameras on them, and they swim under the hull of these various container ships that come in. It's been happening for a long, long time. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Get your perspective on things, get your take on what you're seeing in the news. Let's go here. Bad company. U.S. has trained dolphins. We have had dolphins and mammals forever that have been doing that. Don't be surprised. Don't tell PETA either. They'll probably freak out, right? PETA would probably freak. Let's see here. Trump needs to finish the job in Iran. Holding off only helps the enemy. I could see that. Trump rallies thousands in villages. I didn't watch that, but I'm sure it's pretty good. I'm sure that was a good rally. Let's see what else we've got cooking this morning. Peru, FBI charges 4 people illegally voting in federal elections. We knew that's been happening. It's about time that they actually did something. I don't know how long it's going to take to actually get arrested. Line 3, go. Line 3, go. Or not. Sounded like a crime scene that we just got invited to. All right, there we go. Lines are open, 615. When you call in, just be ready. It's not a lot to ask, and just turn down whatever you're watching on. Turn that down before you call in. That's basically my only requirements here. Germany says it's anticipated U.S. troop withdrawal after criticism. Good. Line 2, go.
Yeah, I want to talk about China.
Okay.
I think what Trump's doing, I think the long-term effect is to choke out China, and he's doing it through Iran. Obviously, they can have a nuclear weapon, but I think the ultimate goal is to cripple China and to make sure there is only one superpower, and that'll be us.
What are the superpowers currently?
Well, I'd have to say China, at least. Probably China and the U.S. Russia, no. China and the U.S. probably.
Okay. And you think by this blockade that this is going to cause China to fail, to fall? What do you really think that it could have that much of an effect on them?
If it continues.
Okay.
Not in a month or two, but I think if they're getting their oil from Iran like we're told, and it continues and there's no sign of it stopping, I think it could have an effect on their economy. They've already done some manipulation to their currency recently, and I think it's due to the blockade. So I think Trump knows that. These ain't my words. I think this is the administration thinking that, and Hegseth and Trump and Rubio. You disagree?
I am all for the blockade. I am 100% for the blockade, and keep it as long as frickin' possible, as long as feasibly possible. Longer we keep it in place, the more damage it does without a shot being fired. Thank you for calling. Great call. Great call. That guy sounds like he's locked on. He knows what's happening. There's a lot of you that knows what's happening as well. China needs to leave our dogs alone. Okay. Democrat, let's see here. I saw corn. Oh, okay. Feel free to put your favorite concert you ever been to. That's why not, right? Why not? Let's see here. You don't even care. Man, the Erica Kirk stuff has taken a weird turn. The Candace Owens thing. Did you realize Candace Owens is being sued right now? Apparently she's being sued into oblivion by, I believe, one of Charlie Kirk's bodyguards is suing Candace. Lines are open if you want to talk about that. I think it's amazing, and I hope that I hope she loses everything she owns, but hey, that's my theory, you know. But the Candace Owens Tucker Carlson thing, if you didn't see the whole thing with Tucker Carlson being fake, this is crazy. Tucker Carlson has basically been exposed for having fake bots, accounts, whatever you want, fake viewers, fake subscribers. I believe that this happens a lot with a lot of these other channels that are just trying to use that subscriber number for a it's just a vanity plate is what that seems like. I want to see if I can find this with the whole Tucker Carlson thing. It's pretty crazy that I guess his account got hacked and there's only like 7,500 real. Let's see here. Tucker hacked. Tucker Carlson hacked. Yeah, they hacked his website and found out that. Here we go. Yeah, here we go right here. I'll pull this up and show you this. It's pretty crazy. Where is that? Well, we'll go back over here and grab this call real quick. Tommy, Guitar Man, what do you got?
Hey, I don't even know. Is it quiet in my background?
I hear you.
I'm talking on you to the same phone I'm listening. Anyway, hello everybody. Now hear this. Now hear this. It should be a country that's much more democratic. We always say we are a republic. And it's not working as a republic because our representatives don't represent us at all. So we need to put black and white rocks in the bucket for almost everything near our own roads and street signs. We need to be more engaged in democracy, you see, the real thing, that actually vote on everything, because we're not going to make it as a republic. And by the way, you're right, the trap was set. That shit's done. They're done. Iran's over with. They're controlling the little pool. We got the pond. Pool's good for them. We'll take the ponds. Ones
God bless
flew
you.
over and the ones you went through in the submarines, those big ponds, they can't get there. We've won. Everybody, we've won. Don't listen to the bullshit.
Tommy, God bless you. Thank you for calling. Great call by Tommy. Tommy, I think lives down in South Florida somewhere, is where he's living at. I'm going to have to agree with Tommy. It seems like that this blockade has really been effective. Let me grab this. I want to share this information here, and this is interesting for any of you Tucker Carlson fans. I used to be a Tucker fan. Used to like watching Tucker a lot. The laugh always kind of, confused me, but hey. So apparently his account was hacked. And he's only got 7,290 subscribers. Which is interesting if that's true. Because they're saying that he has 290,000. But, is this all fake? Is he doing that just for some clout chasing? I could see that. I could totally see pushing that you have more subscribers than you do so that, you get that advertising push. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And I believe there's a lot of other channels that buy subscribers, buy fake numbers. And I could show you where to see all of it. If you join the channel as a member, get into the Discord. I'll show you where to find all of that. I know which channels are fake. I know which ones are real. I know which ones are just pushing AI trash. I know ones that are scared to actually talk to their audience, which I've never understood. If you have an audience on a platform like this, why wouldn't you want to talk to them? Why wouldn't you want to get some input, feedback, questions, comments, concerns from the audience? Lines are open, 615-475-7864. A lot of channels don't care what you think. They just want you to watch for 4 hours a day while they talk about, 4D chess and everything's 4D chess. Whatever. Whatever. Victory means nothing if Iran gets the bomb, IDF officials are saying. I agree. Let's see here. U.S. pulls 5,000 troops from Germany amid Iran rift. Pentagon confirms. I love everything about this. This needs to happen yesterday. Look at that. Defense Index. U.S. pulls 5,000 troops from Germany. I'm all for it. Get them all the hell out of there. That's my theory. I'm all for getting the troops out of Germany. Why wouldn't we? Let's go line 3. What do you got? Line 3.
Hi, Ben. This is Darlene from
You gotta speak up.
Arizona.
I can barely hear you. I don't know what you're saying.
Hi, Ben. It's Darlene from Arizona.
Good morning.
And I just want to thank you for your service. And the reason I'm calling is the reason I think Tucker would do that is I heard he took out like a $75 million loan to start his channel.
Hmm.
And that's a pretty big, payment you got to pay a month. So he needs the clicks.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, you were talking about China. All they have left is like Iran, because when you lay with dogs, you get fleas.
Well, thank you for calling. God bless you. Somebody, I got one. Hold on, let's see here. You never mentioned Trump killed 170 innocent Iranian children. I believe. Well, let's do a little bit of this. Iranian children missile strike. Let's do a little digging on this one, because I believe that the people that built a school, or a so-called school, on a military equipment storage facility would probably be who's responsible. I don't believe that the United States is responsible for targeting a building that, it's not like Iran came out and published on Google Earth, this is a school. Okay. They didn't do that, Raymond. But thank you for the comment, Raymond. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're outraged. I am glad to know that I have upset some people in the chat. Line 2, go.
Hey, shipmate, how you doing, sir?
Good morning. How can I help?
Good. Look, what you said about Pam Bondi, I live in Florida, and that's right, man. She set up the system. It was a good setup, but, thank God she's gone now.
I think Pam Bondi served her purpose.
Yes, sir.
I don't want this to sound wrong, but it probably will. I believe the Trump administration has too many, and I really am afraid to say this word, I think he's got too many women in the administration.
I feel you, man. Hey, I was on the USS John F. Kennedy when we got women. It was a brutal awakening.
I believe that Trump wanted to appease the base by putting women in places that worked for a short period of time. And I'm nothing against women at all. I live with 2 of them, but I believe you need to have a killer instinct. God bless you. Line 4, go.
Hey, Ben, good morning. It's JJ from Mass.
Good morning.
Good morning. The Iranian, 100% agreement with you about the girls' school. These people, the IRGC, these fanatics, they don't give a crap about life, certainly about children's life. I mean, they use them to, clear minefields. They put I don't even think they built the school. I think they just went in there and hung a sign up on a military base because they knew that things were going to get bombed. And my dog's going crazy. Molly, be quiet.
That's all right.
And I just think they knew it was going to get bombed. So they don't care about the kids. It's just propaganda for them. It's propaganda fuel. As far as the straits go, I mean, 100% keep the the blockade. I think of number one, it's working. To me, this is like blunt force checkers. I mean, best way to play is you take all of their pieces and then we play, and that's what we've done. We won the war pretty much within a very short period of time, and right now it's just a piece. But the War Powers Act, that's 60 days. They've been at war with us for 47 years. What is it? 60 days. What? I mean, I understand it, but it's kind of crazy. It's ironic. But I think Trump is playing this. I mean, he's playing chess, but it's more checkers, blunt force trauma. They've got nothing, and I think we keep it up because again, global economy, geopolitics types with China. China is going to have to put a lot of pressure on Iran. I just don't see any way how they come out of this. The only thing they're trying to hang on to, and I know Iran was, they were playing for the 60 days. They were playing for the War Powers Act. They're playing because the Democrats are on their side. Did you hear them up on the Hill the other day?
Yeah. Yep.
They sounded like they were, they had timeshare in Peking, in Beijing.
Well,
And then,
here's the thing. Everybody wants to freak out about the school. This is a country that puts vests on that go boom and they run into crowded places with civilians. You cannot negotiate with these people. And if the blockade wasn't working, then China and all these other countries wouldn't be squealing, and they are. Thank you for calling. God bless you. The blockade is working. It's my theory. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Did Trump have too many women in his cabinet? You answer that question. I gave you my answer. I think he might have. I think he did that at the initial phase to get people in the right position. That's what I think. I don't know who that he can get confirmed as an attorney general. I don't know how we get an attorney general confirmed. I don't believe Todd Blanche can get confirmed. I don't believe Janine Pirro can get confirmed. I really don't, because people are scared of the investigations. Let's go here. Line 1, go.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis would be a great attorney general.
Never get confirmed.
Why would you say that?
Think of how many Republicans don't like Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, I know, but I'm here in Florida and we fucking love him. Sorry about that cuss word.
On the stage across the United States, he would never get confirmed.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
let me ask you this. Do you think Rand Paul would vote to confirm him?
Rand Paul barely confirms anybody.
No. Just my question here. Would Rand Paul confirm him? Would, let's say, McConnell? Would Thomas Massey? Would all of these rhino Republicans vote to confirm Ron DeSantis? And I'm not saying Ron DeSantis would be a bad attorney general. He might be one of the best. I just don't think that he would get confirmed. I don't think he could.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I do. I understand. But legally, the things that he's doing in the state of Florida are fantastic.
Yeah,
we have very low crime. We always have Florida man, but I think it would be a good pick. It would be worth a shot, at least, to put him on the list.
Maybe. I mean, somebody said in here,
or maybe even for the Supreme Court, because he is a lawyer
either. Yeah.
Well,
Somebody said here, Senator John Kennedy for Attorney General. No, thank you. God bless you. Appreciate you calling. Line 3, go.
Hey, hi, Ben. Thanks for the call.
Good morning.
Yeah, I know how they could get confirmed. If we actually got rid of the dishonest politicians, the ones that have committed crimes.
You're living in La La Land. You're in dreamland right now.
They would have the majority. If you get rid of these, just the crooked ones, just the noble crooked ones, then the majority would be there and they could get all the agendas passed.
Yeah, but you're living in a fantasy land. The very first part of the sentence, get rid of the crooked politicians. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
Well, yeah, we can keep hoping though. I mean, it's either keep hoping or give up hope and just go ahead and with a civil war or whatever. You know what I mean? It's pleasant thought anyway.
It would be a really good idea and I would love it, but I just don't see it happening. You know, not in my lifetime. God bless you. Thank you for calling. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see DeSantis as an attorney general. Possible, but I just don't know. I I don't know. I don't know how that comes together or if it's even possible. I mean, think Trump and DeSantis have a lot of animosity. Trump holds a grudge, but at the same time, I think he wants to do what's right for the United States. He very well could make that offer. I mean, why not? Let's see here. White House on reports of Iran submitting a proposal to Pakistan. Okay, that's a new one. The United States has warned its European allies. Delays in the supply of American weapons. Okay, there we go. Condition of anonymity to discuss confidential. Okay, we've got that. What is this? Whoa. What is this? Okay. U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker spotted over the Med 3 hours ago with transponders turned off. The airport, oh, wow. This could be, I believe we get some more airstrikes in the next 24 hours. Just my opinion. And this could very well be confirming that. U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker spotted over the Med, operating with transponders turned off, visible briefly, call sign Oscar Oscar Delta Oscar Oscar 71. Aircraft was deployed to a French air base on April 17th. Possible refueling fighters or bombers related to the war in Iran. I believe we very well could see some more airstrikes tonight. That's, if I had to be a betting man, I'm going with airstrikes tonight. That's where I'm at. Ron DeSantis for AG, 66% say yes. Let's do a poll here. Do you think more airstrikes this weekend? I believe we see more. My opinion only. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I don't think you put a Stratotanker over in the Med for refueling operations without that sort of thing in mind. What is this? We don't care about that. ICE hires firm accused of whatever. Let's see here. Spirit Airlines, don't care. I don't fly. There we go on that one. That's the easiest way to handle. Where is this? Let's see here. That's interesting. Arguments presented, the article published today, just security. Okay, let's do this. Where was that? I wanted to discuss the drones that are working there in the Middle East right now. These underwater drones that are there. Where was the clip that I had? It was kind of a breakdown of this Northrop Grumman drone that they're operating. Let's go here. I want to show you this. I did a video about this yesterday, and some of you may or may not know about these things. Some of you might. Florida leads everything. All eyes on Florida. You know, it's great that Florida has improved that much, but the cost of living has been pushed through the moon because of all the people moving there. So it's a double-edged sword.
The first of its kind underwater glider is here. Manta Ray is a new type of uncrewed underwater vehicle, or UUV. We successfully tested in open water for the first time.
You see the size of this thing? Look at the size of that compared to that rib back here. The wingspan on this Manta Ray, I would say 40 feet is what it looks like for the wingspan. These things are amazing.
The first time. Manta Ray is designed with cutting-edge underwater glider technology that has never been applied at this scale. By incorporating numerous buoyancy engines all working together efficiently, manta ray can operate for extended periods of time and travel long distances at a variety of depths. It can even anchor to the sea floor and hibernate until needed. Manta ray will support.
So what it does, it anchors to the sea floor. It releases a cable. The cable has this motor attached to it that allows the current of the ocean to spin some rotors. When it spins the rotors, it charges the battery on the actual underwater drone. So it's basically not limited by anything. It's self-powered.
For challenging undersea missions where humans can't go. This amazing UUV is one of our first deep sea vehicles to be designed digitally from start to finish. Manta ray is making waves in autonomy, breaking new boundaries, and mastering the deep.
So it's got a range of about 6,000 miles, and it's got a depth stratum of about 11,000 feet. Now, I'm sure there's other equipment that's been attached to this thing to make it more viable, make it more dangerous. But boy, oh boy, lines are open. Give me a call, 615-475-7864. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free. You can join the channel or donate to the channel here from the Cash App up there at the bottom or the top left. We use a lot of the money from the channel to help veterans, either sending some guitars. Thank you, Tommy. Sending some Bibles out to some different people around the country. Veterans and disabled folks. And that's kind of what we do with a lot of the stuff here off the channel. Let's go here. Let's see what else we got. But I think that's how we're going to clear the strait. We're going to use our capabilities. We're going to use our technology. We are far superior to any of these other countries when it comes to this stuff. The Iranians know it. We know it. And it's good to be part of the winning team. That's what I would like to say. Let's go here. I want to see what else we've got coming out of the news this morning. This story with Germany is not going away with the pullout. I'm happy to see it. Let's go. Let's run through some of these here real quick. Run through some of the supers. Boeing 707-300 retrofit. Not sure what that is. Let's go here. Line 2, go.
Hey, Ben.
Good morning.
This is Tommy from South Carolina. I have a military question for you.
Sure.
Can those subs be used for mine detection?
That's the whole thing that they're geared for. That's exactly what they're geared for. Is mine.
No, I'm talking about like the one you was on.
The submarine I was on. We have various types of sonar. We have passive sonar, we have active sonar, and then there is another piece of equipment that will detect suspended objects in the ocean. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So you think any subs are past that Hormuz Strait that's sitting on the other side?
I don't know if any subs have made it through the Strait of Hormuz. The water depth isn't really that deep there. And to be honest with you, there would be no real need for submarines with people on it to be in there to retrieve these mines because of the operational underwater drones being much better, lower risk. Lower risk is the big one. But I guarantee
I understand
they're
that.
in the area.
I was just curious to see if that was possible.
Absolutely. Well, Tommy in South Carolina, I appreciate you calling, brother.
My father was in the Navy.
Well, thank you for his service. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank
Take
you.
care. Great call. Great call. Man, it's good to hear from somebody that's got a veteran in the family. I love that. I want to see this. Where are we? Right here. All right, guys. This is the Ben Dykes Show. Really want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope all of you will join the channel as members. You can get in on this private chat, the Discord server. I'm going to put a link there in the description. And enjoy the outro.
Chief of the Watch on the 1MC, pass the word. Dive, dive, sound 2 blasts of dive alarm, pass the word, dive, dive.
Dive, dive. Dive, dive.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Same old song again. Same old song again. Marching down the avenue. Marching down the avenue. We don't know when we'll be through. We don't know when we'll be through. A long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarines. U.S. Navy submarines. Recruiter just inside here. Recruiter just inside here. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Had to get out of boot camp. Had to get out of boot camp. They won't like the smoking lamp. They won't like the smoking lamp. Now I'm a submariner. Now I'm a submariner. Rolling in the deep surf. Rolling in the deep surf. Top secret mission, hush, hush. Secret mission, hush, hush. No one's gonna find us. No one's gonna find us. 6 months below the ocean. 6 months below the ocean. Can't remember the sun. Can't remember the sun. Can't write my wife no letters. Can't write my wife no letters. And Tony's gonna get her. Tony's gonna get her. But I won't trade this life away. I won't trade this life away. Makes it worth the Navy pay. Makes it worth the Navy pay. If I can't be a bobblehead. I can't be a bobblehead. Might as well just be dead. Might as well just be dead. Long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarine. U.S. Navy submarine. Left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Coral Sea. I've been to Coral Sea. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Korea. I've been to Korea. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Desert Storm. I've been to Desert Storm. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to Afghanistan. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Iraq and back. I've been to Iraq and back. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where will you be? Where will you be? I'll be where I have to be. I'll be where I have to be. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Okay, guys, gals, girls, this is Ben Dykes Show. Smash a like and subscribe on your way out the door. See you in the next one. Ben Dykes Show is out.
We could do boom shakalaka. We love the boom shakalaka, you know. Nobody booms and shakalakas as much as I do. I do it better than anybody. I invented it, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize it.
Rock on, salute, God bless you. Bubbleheads forever.